Welcome to Less Than 5 Minutes with Ryan and Kaila.
Today, we have the pleasure of speaking with Matt.
Matt is a solutions architect here at LINBIT, and he has been a guest on our show before, so welcome back, Matt. He is also coaching his first season of Portland Little League this year. Go Golden Jaguars, which is what brings us to the baseball theme. And he shared with us he's actually seen a lot of similarities between coaching the 7 to 9-year-olds and Portland's adult softball and kickball leagues.
This is very true. Very true.
Matt is here to talk about dual primary. So we get a lot of questions from our users about dual primary, but in general, this is really not an advised use case. And Matt is here to talk a bit more in depth about that.
That's right. It's very nuanced. And to be honest, there just aren't a lot of use cases where you actually need to be dual primary, especially with DRBD. DRBD 9 has auto promote capabilities that makes it easy to access your file system upon request. So something requests DRBD device gets mounted and it automatically promotes itself. You get no real benefit from just being in a primary mode and on standby. And, you know, we usually are coupling DRBD with pacemaker. So you can start very complex stacks of services in the matter of seconds. You know, sub 10 seconds is definitely doable for most, for more complex stacks. And there's also this misconception that because you have two primaries or multiple primaries, you're increasing your performance. And that's just like not the case. So you know, clustered file systems are usually involved with dual primary setups, and those come with cluster-wide locking that has a bottleneck on your performance. But then DRBD synchronous replication means you're never really going to be able to use more than a single storage backing system's bandwidth. Like just by adding a second, you didn't add any capabilities to your other storage subsystem. You're only going to go as fast as the slowest point in your setup. And also with clustered file systems and dual primary, you absolutely need node level fencing to prevent corruption and split brains. With DRBD and dual primary, as soon as your network splits or you have an interruption on your network, you now have divergent data. And without node level fencing, you're going to be having to pick and choose between data sets, and it's just not a situation you want to find yourself in. So that's just another reason we recommend against it. And, you know, with all these extra moving parts, there's more room for mistakes or problems to crop up. So you're expanding your failure domains, and that's just not a good principle. In HA clustering, you want as few things as possible to go wrong. Now, it might sound like there's no reason to ever run dual primary, but that's also not true. It's not that clean cut. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't have invited me to talk about this. So, you know, when do we support it? And one use case that LINBIT supports enabling dual primary mode for is live migration of VMs. So as long as you've allowed enabling dual primary in DRBD's configuration, you don't even need a clustered file system for this to work safely. DRBD will promote itself on the secondary node when the hypervisor begins the migration, so that the memory of the live VM can be copied from the primary to the secondary. And that's absolutely supported, and you know, probably the reason we still have that option available to our users. With that said, if you really have some use case for dual primary that we maybe haven't considered, you know, LINBIT does plan to continue supporting 2 nodes being primary at once. Just right now, we're not considering supporting multiple primaries, so no greater than 2 nodes. And if you want to chat about that use case and make sure that, you know, you and I are on the same page, you know, I'm here to chat. Yeah, so just reach out.
Thank you for that info, Matt. We hope this is helpful to our viewers. This is something that Kaila and I come across quite a bit, dealing with potential customers and existing customers. If you would like to get signed up for a free trial to do some testing with DRBD, or you want to just have a tech call with Matt to discuss your use case like you mentioned, please email us at sales@linbit.com and we will get back to you right away.
We'll see you next time.
Go Jags.
Woo!
One. Oh.